It's the Griot Nation News, where we give you the best of activism and journalism.
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now! Okay, so some people know and some people don't know that I was locked up. And I was locked up in here. One thing they do is put you in a...
Use the mic, please.
Okay. Okay, I was locked up, and I was locked up in here. One thing that they do is put you in a cold cell. And then when I asked for a nurse, they said, we don't have one. We don't have one on duty is what I should say. So there was another woman that was next to me that was talking about how much medication she took. And they told her the same thing. We don't have a nurse on duty. So, as a police officer, I was fired for stopping police brutality. As an activist, I was locked up for protesting police killings.
Right.
And then, of course, when I went to court again, then I got locked up for showing up for court.
Right.
So our justice system is unjust. So we call it our unjust system.
Right. It's
So
criminal, in fact.
when it definitely is criminal. And I had a friend, Lester Foster, who was in here and died in here, they say from suicide. I'm not sure if that's the case or not, but the point is he died here. I have a fund because all of the officers are not bad. Actually, when Chris Stevenson had wrote before, he wrote that 60% are the in-between. 20% are good, 20% are bad. It's the 60% in between that's just as big of a problem as the bad ones, because they're neither here nor there. They're just straddling the fence.
Right.
So we have to stop being here or there and stop straddling the fence and take a position. Just like those kids took a position because they don't want to be killed in school.
Right.
We have to take a position because we don't want to be killed on the streets or in the holding center.
Hotel Griot Nation, I am the capital UNC, and we're standing here at a very, very important event. The anniversary of the death of India Cummings at the hands of the Erie County Holding Center. We're doing a commemoration and also the 53-year anniversary of the death of Malcolm X. And so a dual commemoration, and we're standing here with one of the great warriors of Buffalo, Miss Cariol Horne, and we are here to bring attention to things that still haven't changed during India Cummings' stay here and what is taking place with her, as well as things that haven't changed since the 53-year-old death of Malcolm X, who wanted to see us take our grievances to the UN and get justice in America. So there's a dual purpose why we're standing here. However, we see the great soldier Cariol Horne, and I wanted to allow her to give a couple of words to the importance of this event.
Well, I think it's really important to bring out what's happening in the justice system. And people who don't know, I used to be a police officer who was fired for stopping the police abuse and arrested for protesting police killings. And so, you know, it escalates because they want to keep my mouth shut, and they want to keep the blue wall of silence up. And so now it's time to just break it down, because you have good officers who do want to speak up, but they can't because they have to feel protected somehow. But this is really important here to remember what's going on, because it can happen to any of us.
Wow. I cannot speak enough about the journey that Sister Cariol has been on, from being on one side of this issue, or being on the side by which we deem to be the enemy, the police side, and then standing up as a human being inside the uniform to protect herself and a victim of police brutality, to being on the side now of being victimized by the system and trying to bring justice to her situation and other situations. And so if you kind of get the picture of what we're trying to paint here in terms of what justice really looks like, the question becomes what we can do as citizens. Now, Cariol Horne, being a citizen, and we being citizens and being on the same side, what do you think we could truly do with meetings like this, and how does it help?
Well, I think that we've had enough protests. There's been enough. I think it's time to take it to another level, because if you constantly tell the people who are oppressing you that, hey, you're oppressing me, could you stop oppressing me? And they're like, they don't care. You have to take it to the next level. What the next level is, I wouldn't say that I would know exactly right now, or I wouldn't say even if I did know, because the point is, some people are not ready for the next step. But there is no reason to constantly keep going through the same thing. Isn't that insanity when you keep going through the same thing? Keep making the same choices? So it's time to make different choices.
That is, y'all heard it right from the mouth of Cariol Horne herself. Nobody has put in more work on these Buffalo streets to try to see change. And as you hear in the background, people screaming India Cummings, we want to say to her family and everybody who we first reported her situation on our show, the Griot Nation radio show, that our prayers and our energy is still with the family and finding justice and finding healing for this situation. And in commemoration of her name, and in the commemoration of the struggle of Malcolm X, Cariol Horne, and all those out there fighting for us, that we are truly with you, and the Griot Nation will be standing by you wholeheartedly. Signing off, unless you have any last words that you would like to share.
Get off the fence.
Definitely get off the fence. Nothing can change if we stay on the fence. As she stated, the numbers were 40%, 20% on the good side, 20% on the bad side, with 60% in the middle. So we need to get out the middle, y'all. This is the time to do that. This is beyond the protest and going into action. Peace.
It's the Griot Nation News, where we give you the best of activism and journalism.